course, from Hellraisers. We'll see what he can bring in. It's quite an exciting prospect. It's a new-looking mousesports generally, but same story for Faze as well. It's, I guess, Faze versus another international team, like the mini Faze, maybe. But here we go, Meister. He finds the first headshot. Robs answers back very quickly indeed. A 4-on-4, but a lot of damage being inflicted towards Nico, and Carrigan drops.
Yeah, he's still surviving within the site. Able to go ahead and not do much. Rain, the last man left, 1v4. Sneaking in through mid, taking his time, but he has to try and be a little bit quick here. The bomb has gone down. It's not looking likely, all things considered, but he's got to go ahead and grab himself the kit. Not sure where that was left. Does manage to get it, so now he's got a little bit more time to try and play with. Spots up one of the men, damage being done. Oscar does find him, and that'll be mousesports to pick themselves up the pistol. They only lose Csgo in the process, and I mean, it was a promising start early on down in mid. Olafmeister finds that first, but then the trade comes in straight away. The guys out on A don't get any work done. Nico was tagged down to 10 HP within the first few seconds of the round, and really, it was a bit of a disaster there for Faze.
A very fast round indeed, and fast ace flick coming through from mousesports, finding all the kills required. No reply from Faze, and Guardian once again, he force buys with the Faze side. I've never been a fan of this, but they're so confident, these Desert Eagles. I guess he wants to join the fun, and it's down to Olafmeister to find the first kill, and he does do some damage towards Csgo, but can't find the frag. Csgo's had enough of that nonsense and finds the kill for mousesports. And here we go, Carrigan now still with a chance to find something here, but Csgo takes him down as well. Nico, one of the best deaglers in the world, does find Sticko. So still within this one. Smoke down, and Guardian, like we said, needs to be careful. There is a gap available in that smoke with Sunny, one of the new additions from mousesports. He lies in wait towards middle. They've got the man advantage, and there's waiting for any CT reactions to come in.
Rain tries going aggressive. He's going to get spotted out by Oscar and will be dealt with very swiftly. That's now this B-bomb site open wide up. Guardian side is rotate in. Unaccustomed to having to do much on this map. Nico's down in mid, tries to look for even more. He's already taken one. He gets himself the AK to try and do some damage with. Guardian rotates around to help him. Will be that 2-on-3. Oscar's been a real problem on the UMP, but Guardian does prevail. So we go into the 2-on-2. Both the Faze boys now have AKs to try and play with. Robson, Csgo, young Estonian, not going to last long. Csgo is the only man left. 1v2 this round. Could elude them here. They're fast. They could even go for the defuse. There should be just enough time left. But as Chris finds Nico, it falls onto one man. The man who's not used to this map to try and clutch this out in the 1v1. Time is very far gone, and Csgo will connect the shot. That's mousesports to get themselves the second. A 4K from Csgo. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah, it didn't look like he was actually going to win that one, but time was on his side. The CTs, they had to make the next move. They didn't have a kit to work with there, so sure, comes down to a 2v1 situation in their favor, but Csgo plays it to perfection as well. Galil in the back, as soon as he finds that first kill on the low HP player, you think, okay, he's done it now. Guardian will try and do what he can, but there is another force buy here from the CT side. What is this madness? This is not a thing.
I mean, they know they got the money low, right?
But you've got Oscar and AWP, it's not that low. They've got AKs, Galils, and this is such a weird move from Faze. They forced by fully in the previous round. If you're there, if it's half the swap, if they're on the T side, that would make sense. This does not make any sense on the CT side. This is how you get yourself in such a rut. Oh God, here we go. It begins.
Forget everything you knew about Cash. Forget everything you knew about CS. As already Guardian's gone down in this third round forced by Csgo. Going to be taking the aggression up through mid. 3 players lying in wait out on A, and Csgo going to be flashed on through up to highway.
Just to note as well, why you think they're going to be low? You need $3,700 to win, to get an AK-47 and armor on the T side. Get the bomb down, you get the extra $100, which they did, and they won the round. So it's kind of weird that they thought they could force back into this one. Still, we'll see what they can do here. Nico towards the forklift, smokes down around him. Molotov lands next to me, decides to stay in position for now, but look at this mid control coming through. Csgo, they would looking to kill Rain here. I don't think he will. It's going to be multiple frags for Rain here. A little bit sloppy, but they do stabilize the situation as Robs finds the second kill.
Now Olafmeister still within the site doing damage, but Robs does find him 3 HP in a dream as he looks to try and outlast the rest of his team. Sticko dropping out Nico, and now Carrigan charges on him, but he can't even deal with 3 HP. Robs, who gets the triple. That's one bar of HP for every frag he got. mousesports are going to go 3-0 up, but there's no buy in sight for FaZe Clan. As a result of going for that risky force in the previous, this is a very easy 4-0 head start for Mouse.
This is the really key part of the game. I'd love to hear from the analysts, their point of view as to why they thought that force spike coming. As I said, if you're on the T side, you're trying to shut down the CT economy. That makes sense, that force spike there. But on the CT side, when you know they've got $3,500 from winning the round and the extra 800 from the bomb plant as well. I guess doesn't count if you get the bomb down, but still, it's still a weird situation they brought into that one. But here we go. Round number 4. And there's going to be HE grenades, flashbangs available, and a little mid stack from the CT side. And we'll get into the 1 minute 20 mark. A full default here from mousesports. Not giving much away. Got the 3-0, and this should be the first gun round, but has to be the full eco now.
Sunny finds the first and the second, taps away. Looks to try and get more done. It is up against ecoing players, so it's not too fantastic, but a Mac 10 killing spree from the Mac Daddy himself could be a nice cash injection here for mousesports. Finds himself trapped by forklift. Shots coming in from the right. Ducks on down, continues to take the fight. Does the damage, but rain prevails through the sun as he manages to land the Deeg. Does do some damage, picks the Mac 10 up, juggled onto Carrigan. Bomb plant comes in over here on B with Rain and Carrigan rotating around to try and snuff this out. Rop's holding mid. Holds the angle. Carrigan spots him. There's no way that he should win this duel, and he won't. So now Rain, 1v4, knocking on mousesports' door, up in heaven. Has himself the Deeg. Gonna have to be above and beyond what we would expect from this man. And with players flanking around from behind, it's not looking likely. Just looking to try and do damage here. Keep a couple of players within the site, maybe. Find a couple of exits as they look to try and leave. Which he won't. mousesports 4-0 up.
Well then, we do manage to get ourselves to a gun round finally. It'll be a double orb setup, but still, it was a strained approach from Faze one. Not one I don't think I've ever seen before on the city side, I have to say. But you know what? It's a new team. They're exploring themselves, exploring each other. And we'll see if this works out for them. It's going to be double orb set up. Not the best of buys. Nico with no nades whatsoever. They've only got one kit to work with here. So that's why I said those force buys will get them in some sort of right here. But Olofmeister boosted above the smoke for now, trying to shut down any boost coming in. I'm not sure if he spotted one there, but I do like this boost a lot. It's underused in my opinion, but still another boost coming through. Olofmeister almost guaranteed a frag, I would say, but looks away at the wrong time. And it looks like the T's will live to fight another day as the smoke goes down. Still a 5-on-5 of Rops down to 16 points of health. Mid control coming in for the T's though. Guardian, not a strong cash player, hasn't really played it at all, but Rain, he's very well versed in this map. He used to be one of Faze's absolute best, but here we go. 1 minute mark coming up, and not really much gain from the T's. They've got mid control here, but still really yet to make their next move.
Sunny's the man to try and kickstart, sneaking up through highway. That's going to facilitate an eventual play out towards A if they would like. No one to peek in from Z. That's what Chris J's positioned there for, to try and shut down anyone who's a threat to Sunny up on highway. The boost looking to be employed, but Chris J, he's ready, he's patient, he's holding the angle, and he hears the boost come in. Ducks away from the nade, doesn't take any damage. The rest of mousesports positioning for this push into B. Guardian with the AWP takes the peek on out, finds one. That's bomb dropped, but he has players and checkers to worry about. Does the damage through the wall, but then Rops opens with 2.
Oh.
Nico misses a shot that was handed to him. And now him and Carrigan, all that remains. Sunny will fall down in mid. 2-on-3 in the retake. Rops and Chris J both tagged very low. Oscar's allowed to get the bomb down. Smoke gonna start to fade for CT. Waiting to time this perfectly as Carrigan about to drop out of vents. Once he falls, they have committed to this. They have a kit to work with. Carrigan hops down. Didn't make the noise, but the Molotov gives it away. Takes the peek out, but holding the angle is Rops. It's going to be him to pick that up. Nico gets one. Coming on in, has to be careful because there's a man in the back line. One within the site as well. The crossfire set up, and Oscar wins that out.
Yeah, as soon as Nico went down there, he had the only kid as well. It seemed like the round was over, and it was going to be an impossible situation of 2 versus 1. Well, there it is. It's going to be 5-0. We did say the money was going to be a bit of an issue for Faze since the early decisions coming through. The double orb setup with lack of utility, and the mid control coming through. Faze did have a nice boost towards middle, but couldn't spot the players coming in, and mousesports had decent mid control. They found the opening pick and capitalized with a nice B split there. Guardian got 1 frag, but pincered in from the vents. Couldn't really do much more than that. They'll be having Deagles here, but Nico takes a nade to the face. Rains towards Sunroom, but not really much he can do with just a PT-50, and it seems like Robs is aware of his position.
Yeah, lockdown in mid, actually going to fall prey to Karrigan on that aggressive play, but Oscar in the meantime keeps things competitive. Turns us back into the 4-on-4 as he does manage to eliminate Rain. Walking on in. Just pre-scoping all these angles, walking around like a Cyclops. Holding the angle. Karrigan wormed into the corner. Guardian here as well. Oscar's so determined to try and find something. I mean, it's already the 4-on-4. He doesn't really need to commit here. He's got no one to try and trade with him. Looking to try and sell this fake. Stop these players from B-rotating off. So he throws a couple of flashes in. That one smoke goes down as well. His job has been done. Now the real play comes in. Smokes and flashes out towards A. Nico from Forklift tries to keep them at bay. Gets the first. Goes in for more, but he only gets one. Olofmeister now within the sight on the Deeg. Gets fully flashed. It doesn't matter. He takes one. Can't see anything. Bomb plant now comes in. Guardian's rotated round. Karrigan's got himself an AK. Guardian finds the man within the sight, and Oscar is all that remains in the 1v2, holding off the push from Highway. Switches out of the P250, but comes up short as Karrigan finishes him off. Defuse comes in, and finally, FaZe Clan get their name on the board.
Just about, yep, they do indeed. It's the Pistols, and it was back and forth, but coming through trumps with the Deagles, the P250s, is FaZe Clan. They managed to recover an AWP, an AK-47. Now they have money for days. They've got something to work with here, a platform to build upon, and it's going to be round number 7. mousesports finally give in and allow them to get around on the board there. To be FaZe Clan with the double up setup once again. Guardian and Nico, quite a formidable duo on paper. We'll see who lives up to expectations here as we enter this one. Oscar, of course, known to be a world-class AWPer himself, and we'll have a player boosted up. It's Olofmeister to defend, good flame damage, and HEs as well, so Oscar has to fall back there. Only goes down to 76. I thought it'd be a little bit more than that, but for now, Nico holds in towards A by himself, and his teammates focusing on middle will fall back and join him.
They boost the man up. Csgo snuck out through mid. 2 players right now over here in middle. Rob's holding the aggression from B, just mousesports playing the default. It's Olofmeister who starts to sneak into Z, starts to push on up. Just going to be holding the eventual events push. Now fades away. Guardian doesn't want to be holding checkers anymore, so he gets pushed out of there by that Molotov. And mousesports, they've got control of Highway. Nico, aware this could be a possibility, also up on that second up. Pop flashes Karrigan into A main. He's going to get flashed by a flash from mousesports. And it's utter confusion and disarray up towards main. 2 players on Highway. A man over in Squeaky in the form of Stico. Pop flash comes through from his teammate. The shots miss from Oscar. In the meantime, Sunny falls, but Stico and Csgo look to try and pull things back. It's Olofmeister on Forklift. Here's players all around him, and Oscar in with a quick flick, drops him out. Rain and Guardian all that remain. And Guardian 1v3. Coming on in, doesn't really know Cash. Can't AWP the angle either, and Rops will finish him off.
Just to be clear,
yeah, no, he
does know Cash.
No, he has played it once or twice. I've heard.
He definitely knows the map. It's just like in a team environment, up against people fully executing and stuff. You might know all the angles, might not feel 100% comfortable on it, but he certainly does know it. Let's make that clear. He's a professional player. He plays the game a lot, but still, you're right. He's not going to be as good as we could possibly expect, and that's quite a harsh reset. So although they wanted eco before, with all the investment of grenades and double AWPs as well, they're still going to be struggling here. Guardian's gone all in with the purchase, and as we just described, he's not 100% comfortable on this map, and he's the one who's going to be carrying them, be the talisman, if you will, to try and find this round. He still brings his money into a touching distance of a buy next round. He's got 1,600 left over, so we'll see what he can do here. No one's going to be forcing with him, though, which I find interesting. I don't think this is worth it at all. 1 AWP and then just a PT-50 and some Deagles, like, it's not looking great, especially just all towards B. If he goes hunting, maybe we've got something here, but smoked out. Does have a gap, though, Harry. Maybe we've got something here.
Yeah, he's going to be holding it. Players pushing on round. Doesn't lead to anything. Flashed back. Rain has rotated through with the Deeg. The hand cannon. The pistol's equivalent of the AWP. Waiting here in the corner, but it's going to be checked by Csgo. That's this B-bomb site. Starting to be whittled down. The rotate's already coming in. Karrigan falls on his aggressive rampage up through Squeaky to Sunny. Down goes Nico, down goes Olaf. It's all eyes on Guardian.
Run, boys. Go back to A with the bomb. Leave a couple to hunt down Guardian, but the bomb should be going, as it does, towards the A side of the map. That should be fine. And Guardian now, the game of hide and seek begins. He's not very good at that game, because they know exactly where he is. And he'll be running around the knife out, and he'll be taken down. Sunny finds him, and that's another really weird financial decision there by Faze generally. Guardian now with $3,600. They've been running the double orb setups, and now he can't really do much at all. Sure, a player like him, generally speaking, one orb is enough to maybe carry around. For used to do it for Na'Vi all the time on Cobblestone, a map they struggle with on the CT side. But when it's a map he's not necessarily well versed in, I think you just save that money and maybe actually have stronger buy rounds. Another weak buy here. One kit, Vamus, UMP, a couple of M4s, lacking utility as well. Guardian, no nades whatsoever. Didn't really do anything with that orb in the previous round either. And we'll have a fast A approach. I like this from mousesports, and Csgo won't be checking the forklift though, punished. And now we have a chance. Zolofmeister gets the double frag for Csgo. He's fighting back.
Nico misses an embarrassing amount of shots. It's Karrigan to step up. Down goes Nico as well. And now it's the Estonian wonder child that never stops. It's all eyes on one man, and that man is Rops. Smoke's gone down. In towards main. Nico peeks over the top and picks him off. Faze, they're going to be able to get themselves another round. They take it 2-7. Still trailing behind. Haven't had that chance to affect the economy of mousesports too much. The buy can come in. They've got plenty of cash to invest in this round. Oscar's still got $3 grand. Going to be sitting on that as well. That allows them to facilitate the AWP buy when they next go for it.
We'll see what happens. For now, though, 7-2. Still money looking pretty decent for mousesports, but Guardian once again heading towards B, and we'll see how this round unfolds as we enter number 10 here. Rain likes to play aggressive by the up-close box, and Rob's aware of that, waiting for any sort of aggression to come through as we get into a situation where Oscar's just holding the default play at the moment. I can see a boost in towards the vents. This time Rain changing his position, and he will be keeping that vent up. He doesn't want to suggest that he might be in there. Use it as a sound cue and allow the T's to break it. Oscar hoping for an opportunity to find this frag.
Yeah, he's peeking over the top. Karrigan's waiting patiently, and something clicks within him. Doesn't lead to him peeking too much further. Ultimately will be the right call to make. Gonna be boosting up Nico. We saw him do some utter destruction from this position the other day.
Yeah, he loves it.
Nico's got a bit of an idea though, smokes himself out. Gets their attention onto Squeaky. Olafmeister gets forced out from behind Forklift. They haven't got the prong over in mid. That's kind of the issue right now. Csgo hasn't commenced his assault. Nico's able to take one, hops down, goes back for more, but then exits out through the smoke. And only now they start to try and make their way in through mid. Csgo finds some damage, forces back Rain. Finds himself trapped down in check as Karrigan peeks out, eliminates Csgo. And now he's going to instantly rotate into vents to help out over on B. It means they've got 3 players here in an instant. Damage done on terrain within the site, but something tells me should be just fine as Karrigan steps on. Up takes 2. Stiko's all that remains in a 1v5. Drops out Karrigan at least. But his main focus now just going to be staying alive.
Yeah, with 5 seconds remaining as well, he should be absolutely fine to do so. But he will survive. It looked like he was being hunted for a second, but he's absolutely fine and will be Stiko. Staying alive, and it's going to be Faze with another convincing round there. Nico especially starting to get warmed up now. He's got the AK-47 in hand. He's very good at boosting up and finding kills. And this was Karrigan as Rain took all the aggro away. It's staying alive with like 10 HP at the back of the site. Karrigan mows him down. They had no idea he was towards the checkers room. And finally, the money has been whittled down and the mousesports camp, so they'll have 1 AK-47 save, of course, from the previous round, but nothing really invested apart from that. It's very unlikely to win this round. Nico holds towards A with the AK, and his teammates focus towards middle for now. Not really stacking a lot of players on that side of the map. Gonna be Nico, though. You don't really need much more than him when he's got the AK in hand as well. Superb aim, and just keeps finding headshots left, right, and center.
AK trying to be juggled around. Csgo's now the man with it. Caught off, though. The double peek comes out, and Nico takes himself 3. Olaf steps up from highway, and that's Faze. They're starting to make some waves here on their CT side, starting to crawl back into this one. Buy down does come in from Mouse, and Oscar's got the AWP. He's
got the AWP indeed. We'll have a look at the scoreboard while we're here. And top of the scoreboard for mousesports will be Chris J and Robs with 11 frags apiece. Nico, of course, top fragging for Faze. He's got 10 frags. The bottom is Rain, interesting enough, with 5 kills. As we're to round number 12, Faze starting to get back into this one, as the analyst described. Recently, it has been a T-sided affair, but for now, it's going to be mousesports with another full buy here. Smoking off Guardian, who takes a pop shot through the smoke, but we'll see if we can get anything done here. Oscar takes him down. Blind has to shoot off another bullet. Oscar punishes him for it. 5-on-4, and Olofmeister might be considering pushing that smoke. A reaction has to come through, and Nico, he's also looking to push A storage as well, taking the challenge with the AK-47, but it's Olofmeister with the perfect timing to find Robs with his back turned to the vent.
Oscar, the man on the entry, trying to keep the dream alive, which he will. That's going to be found as he drops Rain from the server into the 3-on-3. The flash tries to hold back the might of Olof, but he's going to just push on through anyway. Bomb plant isn't ready to come in just yet. Pushes past the flashbang, finds the frag on a Chris J, and that was the bomb drop. Delays the plant for just a little bit longer. Nico still miles away from the rotation, only just now making his way on in through CT. Leaves a lot of the early work onto Carrigan. Bomb timer ticking away. Smoke goes.
Oh.
How that nade gonna get eaten, and now it's Nico. 1v2. Sneeko clutches that out. Fantastically done within their sight. A 3K from him. The perfect nade, the perfect angle, and it all culminates into that 8th round for mousesports.
Looking good. That wasn't bad at all. 2-on-2 situation. Very difficult with the CT to get back into that, especially when you have the lack of utility. Nade to the face. One of them goes down, and then an impossible 2v1 sits you there as we enter round number 13. mousesports looking good. They managed to take down Guardian towards the checkers room and slowly but surely dissect the B side of the map. A double upsider coming out once again. Guardian looking towards B side. It seems to hold the same line almost every single time there. This time, a little bit of luck there, Harry. Through the smoke as he finds Robs. Holds the same line, but it definitely works out for him this one. As we go into a 5-on-4 now, it's up to Oscar to try and find the refrag. No reactions from the CTs required whatsoever. Oscar spots the smoke being thrown, the trajectory from short, and we'll see whether he can find anything with this. It's unlikely he does. Might take a nade to the face, but actually doesn't take much damage at all.
Hops down, changes things up. Gonna look to try and be one of the players to facilitate this play. Lining up a smoke. Chris J and Sunny there, the 2 players on the entry. Nico peeks on out, drops Sunny. That's gonna signal this play coming on in as he falls back to quad. Doesn't want to risk re-peeking this. Smoke goes down and block off the cross, and he's bought so much time for the rotates to come in from the rest of the team. There's a gap in the smoke, and Nico, he'll exploit that all day long. Chris J soars through the smoke, goes charging in, but Nico wins the duel, goes back out, looks for even more, but it's Guardian and Carrigan to finish things off.
Well, it was a rough start to this game for FaZe Clan, but they're getting back into it now. When they have the full buys, and this is what I'm saying, a team like this with so much fragging power as well, you want to wait till you get everything out there. The double orbs, the rifles, the utility to work with, and a large chance to actually have a decent buy there. They've broken the economy of mousesports once again. Sure, mousesports have won the first half, but this game definitely not over just yet. Nico doing a great job there towards the quad. Nice sort of quick scope to find that kill, and I do see a force buy here. Or do I? We'll have a look. You can see he's got 0 kills right now. Who's that? That's Oscar. A little bit confusing on the overlay. He does have kills. Okay. But it will be a force buy indeed. Maybe that's just my eyes. Is that 8? It is 8. Okay, it's just my old eyes, Harry. Like I said,
I mean, my eyes are terrible too. It's all good. But I have the eyes of a 40-year-old.
Yeah, I've got one of the 30-year-old, and that's what I am. So,
either
way, we're going to have Oscar with the force buy first. His teammates will join him, and they're going to be rushing A here. Fast play there with 2 players. With the bombs towards B, Guardian takes the bait. The orb's given up, and now the bomb heads towards the other side of the map. They'll know this, and it's down to 1 player in the form of Rain, one of the best fraggers for FaZe, but he can't get much done. Gets 1 kill, and this round could slip away. The force buy of the pistols is starting to heat up. They've got 2 orbs now to work on the T side. Not ideal, but Olofmeister, this is looking very good indeed. He could actually find the flank. There's the first kill through the box. Headshots, Robs, and now the 2-on-2 comes through. Bomb yet to be planted. They're hoping they can find some sort of position here, but Carrigan nervously waits in CD spawn as he anticipates a player coming behind him.
Oscar's cleared it all out. They might even be led to believe that CT is clear as he comes in from behind. Hasn't fully checked it, and he knows this. Takes the peek on down. Doesn't want to overstay his welcome as Carrigan just waits for any aggression to come out. The bomb plant gonna come in from Sunny. No need to stop that going down, but there's Oscar checking the wrong angle. Carrigan pounces now delayed from that CT position, and Sunny with the dig. He's got to land some mean shots if they want to clutch this one out. Bomb timer ticking away. Faze, they're the ones on the clock. Lands the first, goes back for more, but Olaf finishes him off. The AWP going to be picked up, and that will be Faze in with their 6th.
Got very, very close indeed there. mousesports with 2 players rushing towards A, trying to force out some sort of reaction, and B, Guardian, like we said, took the bait, hook, line, and sinker there as he pushed towards B storage. He goes down, and then they find the next frag as well. Rain only gets 1 kill, and then they're set up. They get the double orbs there, and they're trying to find the next kill, but Carrigan, very patient in CD spawn. Like you said, they didn't fully check it there, and as they fell back towards the bomb site, Carrigan's aware, comes in, finds the AWP with his back turned, and they eventually win the round. Sunny definitely had a chance there with the Desert Eagle, only gets 1 kill, but that's about as it's going to get with like 10 HP or whatever he had. And it's the final round here of the first half. Deagles, Tech 9s, and 1 AK in the hands of Sunny, and I can see a little push here towards A storage. Olaf Meiser can boost himself up, but nothing there on the other side. In terms of the setup for the T's, we have 2 players in mid-warehouse and 3 towards B storage. We have got smokes to work with, our Molotovs as well, as the crisscross smokes go through. As you can see, that's a nice little wall of smokes there in the middle. They'll push through those and see if they can get a B split rocking and rolling in.
Gonna go pushing in. Rain, we've seen him on this headshot angle do some fantastic stuff in the past. It's Guardian to find the first. Rain out into the open. Guardian still tapping away, and Olaf up from the heavens, rains down death. The nade finishes things off as Sunny hits the deck, and that will be Faze to reclaim a fairly decent CT side half.
It's actually not too bad at all things considered, the way I was looking for them after those questionable force buy decisions in the early stages, going down 5-0 as well. But they've pulled it back, and I feel like they'll actually win this map. Now, we'll see what happens. We'll take a quick break and see how this one unfolds. Nico and Guardian finding some decent form as well. We did have a strong B bomb side for Faze, but ultimately they lost the half. But still, like we said, it's proven itself to be a T-sided map here on Cash, and they swap over to the T side now, win the pistol, they're right back into it, and I still feel like they can take this one.
Yeah, I mean, there is no denying that they definitely stepped things up. It was looking like it was a mousesports game in the beginning, like they were just going to dominate Faze here. And we have seen FaZe Clan put in some tremendous effort, fought some hard battles, but they were able to claw it back to an 8-7 scoreline. The pistol round now could propel them into the lead for the first time on this map, which would be fairly phenomenal. You can see the buys coming in now. Guardian going to be opting for the Deeg, while Carrigan, he's the utility man. He's the one picking up the nades, the flashes, the smoke. Rest of the guys in with the armor, and over on Mouse, well, we've only got Csgo foregoing the armor in favor of the kit and the smoke, and he's going to be playing that down in mid.
We'll have a look at what Faze bring to the table here. They've got that Karrigan smoke here, and there's going to be 3 players towards the door for now, but it's Guardian with the Deagle trying to cause chaos here, as smokes have been deployed by Karrigan. Not just yet, actually. He'll be using that towards Highway, presumably, as his teammates are towards the door for now. Smoke comes in. Presumably flashing it towards MBK. There it is. And then his teammates will bust out. The flashbang's decent as well. Sticko just has to look in the air. It's a little bit of a mess here, but it looks like Faze should be winning this. But Oscar, he's not going down without a fight. The unsilenced USP is finding kills. And now it's a 2-on-2. Bomb yet to be planted, but Guardian, he finds the kill with that Desert Eagle. Finally, it works out for him. 1 kill apiece for all of the Faze players so far. But Robs left in the 2 versus 1. No Kip. He has got a smoke to work with here as he's stuck towards CD Spawn. They face him together, but they're not hitting the shots. How has he not gone down? That's unbelievable. Now he can smoke the bomb. I think there's a kid available as well. There is indeed. He's going to win the round for sure. That's an absolute blunder from Faze. They're facing him at the same time. 2 separate targets. He probably thinks, yeah, I'm definitely dead. It's over. But somehow he comes out on top in that situation. That should not be happening.
Yeah, the man that never drops. That is the Estonian wonder child, Robs. Fantastic stuff from him. mousesports, they picked that round up against overwhelming odds, and that's going to be them to try and propel themselves now into the lead in a big way.
And it wasn't even like Robs obliterated them with 2 one-taps, right? They were just sloppy there. And that's the problem with the Deagle. It's not a weapon you can spam. It's good for one-taps. And Guardian, from that forklift position, spamming it away, couldn't get anything done. And unfortunately for him, he doesn't really hit the headshot at all. And it's Rob's probably wondering what in God's name just happened there. And we are going to have somewhat of a force buy here. Can't see Nico. Okay, so it's only him who's got the AK and the head armor. So that's fine. So if they lose this round, they can still buy next round of AK. So it'll just be down to a Tech 9 or a Deagle, whatever. So here's a chance to really damage the CT economy, and we'll see what he can do.
Now Oscar laying down the paint. Doing damage, makes it 3 as he goes the distance. Continuing this reign of terror, and Olaf Meister falls as well. That brought up AK gets nothing done. I don't know if Oscar legit doesn't have the silencers on his guns or if they're not rendering in.
Oh, yeah. I think that might be the thing, because it made the silenced USP noise, didn't it?
Yeah.
So I think it's just not being rendered.
Because it's here now.
That'd be that'd be a weird decision to make at the beginning of every round. I'm unsilencing my M4s and my USP. I don't want to. Yeah, okay, so it is there. Some players, okay, most some. Occasionally you do see an unsilenced USP every now and then, but there's no real reason for it. So, like we said, it's going to be Guardian, of course, buying this round. Although they did get the bomb down there, they decided not to go with AKs here. Potentially invested a little bit too much in the previous round, and we'll have Sunny finding the headshot there and a couple more as well. Looks like quite the clean sweep here for mousesports, and after that nightmare pistol run, I have to say, from Faze. It's going to be a tough, difficult game for them to get back into now. Raining on 8 kills so far as well, but Karrigan finds a frag, takes down Sticko. It's up to Nico and Karrigan now to find a little bit more, but no armor and PT-50s in hands. You're not really sure they're going to be able to find anything at all. Robs gets the final kill, takes his total up to, 15 kills? The top fragger so far for mousesports. He's new on the scene. I think he might be 18 years old now, but he was 17 up until very recently, and seems to be one of the most confident fraggers we have in the game. Someone who hasn't got much experience in the big events. He always looks so confident in his own ability, and he's got a fantastic aim.
Guardian's got himself that AWP though. Turns his attention over towards mid early on. Looking to try and beat Sunny to it. The smoke rains in. That will send him reeling back. Olaf Meister holding for any aggression over here at B. Along with Rain. Chris J tries to land something in through the smoke, but it's going to fall off short. That's the man advantage taken here for Faze. And Molotov misses, well, it doesn't miss the mark, but Guardian bypasses it completely. Still maintaining his position up on the boost, but it's Sunny who's gone aggressive that could make a huge difference. Just raw aggression right now coming in from mousesports as Robs in a similar fashion. It's Sunny who could be the real linchpin though, forcing his way into the back line of Faze. They have a man up on boost. They don't have anyone watching A main though. Finds the first, pivots back round. The FAMAS doing work, and that's 2. Bomb drop, they know where it is. The man advantage taken, and a fantastic turnaround now for mousesports.
Yeah, just didn't see that coming whatsoever. It's Sunny pushing towards that A storage area. The reaction comes through after Chris J went down. He manages to find 2 and drops the bomb as well, buying his team some time as he falls back. But Rain, He has got decent mid-control, but look at Robs as well. So many flanks going on here. It really is quite an interesting scenario with Sunny in towards A main and Robs in T-spawn as well. And it's going to be Rain dropped to the hands of Oscar there, looking for a second frag, but that's a lovely shot there from Nico. But he can find as many frags as he wants towards A. The bomb's down in middle, and the final frag comes through. Sunny with 3 in total, looking very good, I have to say. One of the other new signings for mousesports as they go up 12-7 here. Here's the replay of Sunny lying in wait. Here's the sound cue, and Mo's 2 of them down as he pushes through. Gets the boost player down as well. That's just great aim. He played amazingly recently at the minors, the major qualifier, and everything like that. Looking very good indeed. And we'll go to round number 5. It's not a forced buy here from Faze. Could be a little partial buy with Tech 9s and PT50s and a bit of armor to work with as well. I would say this is a set piece with the smokes purchase. You can see them lining them up right now. Objective, get the bomb down. Once you've done that, let's see if we can get a bit more, maybe a few kills.
Smokes and flashes being lined up, ready to facilitate this play. Will go down, and no from mousesports to actually keep Faze from the site. Sunny's the one who could try and do that. Up on top of the rafters here, that nade actually to bounce off of Rain. He gets the information then that he's pushing up, finds the... Nope, doesn't matter, only gets 1. Carrigan's there to trade. It's Nico from Highway. He's able to keep the man advantage up here for Mouse. Bomb plant will be coming in from Faze. And mousesports in a bit of a tricky scenario unless Oscar completely mops this one up. The cleanup crew starting to come on in. Damage being done. Guardian wants revenge and he will get it. 2v3, Steak up top of the rafters, rotating around. They lose Guardian. It's a 1 Olaf and he falls short. Chris J mops him up. And now mousesports get themselves a 13th.
They do. A little bit touch and go there. But the bomb gets planted, like we said. That was the main objective of Faze Clan. Got a couple of kills there as well. It's probably about as good as it's going to get with just those PT50s, but still a huge task now. 13-7 in favor of the mousesports. And we'll see what round 6 brings us. Faze with the Guardian AWP, 4 AKs as well. Very well equipped after that plan in the previous round. All the utility they need. The AWP of Guardian as well. He's currently got 11 kills. Hardly setting the server on fire, but he's been okay. Not as lost as he was yesterday, but Chris J and Oscar now, the double orb coming through. Chris J, of course, used to be the main orper for mousesports. Now more of a rifler, but he can chime in with this orb when required. He'll be not boosting up. It's actually going to be Oscar sending up Sunny towards the former position we saw Nico in the first half. That'll be very powerful indeed, especially if it's overlooked with decent flashbangs from the CTs. Straight line formation though from Faze. Not giving anything away just yet. Still have the majority of their smokes.
When you look at it though, that bomb is slowly rotating around to join Olaf over here, but that might change as Rops finds him at range. Chris J drops Carrigan, and with him, the bomb out in the open. They're going to go ahead and take the aggression, try pushing up for this. Guardian gets forced back. He's going to hold the angle. They hear the footsteps. They have an idea that he resides here. Scoped in, they hear it. Rops knows exactly what's going on. Chris J finds Guardian, the bomb out in the open. Rain trying desperately to reclaim lost land. As he does start to rotate back round, getting the bomb has to be their priority here, and in a 2v5, a save could already be called. They're going to look to try and commit on out to it. Time ticking away from them. They lose Nico, and Rain's the last man left. Can't rise to the occasion as Chris J relegates him to hell. 14-7 here, mousesports 1 round away from match point.
Faze yet to post a single round here in the second half. It's not looking too good for them. mousesports just keep applying pressure left, right, and center. Double orbs shut them down this time. It's looking very good indeed. And Sunny just ripping them apart. 18 kills for him. Robs and Chris J not far behind on 17 apiece as well. Very strong stuff. And Faze know they have to force here. It's going to be Guardian down to just a deagle. But the loss bonus, of course, a maximum. They still can bring out the AK-47s and a little bit of utility here as we get into round number 7. It's going to be Robs holding towards the vents. Bomb still down in middle. Carrigan and Rain trying to see if they can get anything done here, but that's sort of set up towards the A side of the map. Sunny towards MBK, being baited in by Oscar at this point as well. Going to be tucked in the corner. And what's Faze going to bring to the table here? I'm not so sure, but they have found some mid-control. Something to work with at least, and a missed shot from Oscar means they can have a little bit longer alive.
That's always nice and cheery. Rain. He's the man progressing the furthest. Carrigan's here to try and help him out. They're weary of the aggression from B, but it still pays off anyway. Man advantage taken for mousesports. Oscar with the quick flick drops out Carrigan, and now Stico comes in to secure their slaughter as he picks up another in mid. Guardian and Nico, all that remain, currently trapped over in main.
is looking desperate now for Faze. Not really much they can do here. Even more so now. Guardian's gone down. Up to Nico in the 5 versus 1. The round is over. Trying to save his AK-47, but he can't even do that. He'll go down, and there it is. Match point. Faze decimated G2 yesterday on this very map, but now we're starting to see the weaknesses perhaps here. Going against a very drilled team like mousesports, they seem like they've got everything on lockdown. The setups are good, a good mixture of defaults and calculated aggression on the CT side, and the double AWP setup of Chris J and Oscar as well. That's quite a scary prospect for them. They're going to have to force by here, no choice but to do so. And we do see UMPs, a couple of AKs, and a Karrigan Galil.
Yeah, the cracks really starting to show here within the Faze clan. Cash, they are going to be lining up outside of A. This time, loading all the regs into one basket. Everyone here, no man watching B. The aggression could come out from mousesports, but they're not going to be there to catch it. Instead, it's Oscar holding the gap. They come pushing out, gets caught with a Molotov. Sunny's here to try and help, but in the end, it is going to be going the way of Faze. At least you think so. So Csgo comes pushing on through, turns it into the 2-on-2. If you're him, what more can you do? Chris J up from truck, has Robs here as well. Gonna go pushing in, using the AWP to try an entry. Bit unconventional, but it pays off because he lands the quick flick onto Olof. Now it's just Nico left alive in the 1v2. He's the man you'd want. He's the man they need. Sneaking into the site, defuse coming on in. It's gonna be stuck by Chris J. The shots come through, and Nico is unbelievable as he gets them both. The 3K in total. Faze, they cling on with every bit of strength in their body, and they manage to stay in this for one more round.
Yeah, one of the most gifted players in CSGO. Nico finds them a lifeline. Whether it'll be enough, I'm not so sure. We still have a full buy here for mousesports. They've got a lot of work to do here. 7 rounds in a row to take us to overtime. It was quite beautiful from Nico. Whether that was the lifeline they need, I think it's a little bit too late for them. But Oscar, he's going towards the squeaky door this time. Not messing around whatsoever, but he's get taken down somehow to 18 HP, but he comes out on top, takes out Guardian, but Rain knows. He gets the call, he's been legged, and finds the kill in return. Now it's Sunny. We've had an amazing performance from him in his first showing for mousesports, and we'll see whether he can continue that form. It's in a 4-on-4 situation. Advantage, technically, towards Faze. Even more so now as Nico finds another headshot.
As Nico can't get anything done, it's Nico to start stepping up. Karrigan now on the flank, and Chris J. All that remains, 1v4 down in mid. Faze, they're going to come hunting, and Chris J just holding the angle. Oh, he spotted him. Chris gets his running shoes on, looks to try and hold on to the AWP, and descends into the B-bomb site, hoping that will provide his savior. Here's the man close. Karrigan will go down. They want to try and take the AWP off of him, but I mean, whatever happens, we're going to see Faze have to force up regardless, so it makes sense to try and limit what mousesports have. That fake flash does work. There we go. Rain picks up the trade. It took them 2 men to take him down, but ultimately, I think that's worth it.
Still plenty of money available for mousesports though. 12k on Sticker. He'll be able to drop AWP for days. Oscar has given one, and there's the secondary AWP once again. This will be their final buy though. It's taken them a while. That they have lost 2 rounds in a row, but that was a match point. But Faze, maybe they're starting to believe now. They're starting to get it together. 21 kills to Chris J, 21 kills for Sunny. As we get into the closing sectors of this game now. Surely Faze can't do this, but Oscar is looking aggressive, trying to get himself up. And booster player there will be Sunny once again, and Chris is getting quite aggressive here on the B side of the map. Not going to be fully committing here, but trying to take a player down towards Sunroom.
Yeah, Olof has fallen over on B time and time again. Hoping to not see a repeat of that as he holds the angle. Meanwhile, out here on A, look at this boost. Sunny's up on top of Shroud boost, just going to be biding his time, watching highways we are most vulnerable from. Has his teammates to lock down A main. He's there as the failsafe. If they push on through, eliminate the guys within the site, but don't check the angle, he can wreak havoc from this boost. And as Faze turn their attention out towards mid instead, this could be all it takes to put him to bed. Chris J drops Olof. Man advantage the way of mousesports.
Could be the final round here. 5-on-4 in favor of the international team. Well, that doesn't really make it clear. They're both international teams, but I should say mousesports. as we get to the 42nd mark. Everyone's coming towards A. Sunny in a decent position here. Rain is checking it, but if Sunny just gets one kill here, that should seal the deal. He wants to try and slow them down best he can. There's one, looking for the second, does damage, but just trying to stay alive at this point as well. Call for the rotations. They know it's going to be an A-side finish here. Sunny can just try and stay alive, but drops the utility. Maybe this is the comeback they need, but it's a 4-on-2 situation. Oscar hitting shots, but so is Guardian. It's the third, and maybe the final kill there for Oscar. There it is. It's going to be a decent finish from mousesports there after not dropping a single round up until match point. They give up a couple. Faze have some consolation rounds there, but ultimately it was a very decent performance from mousesports. And Faze, they find their